What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and today we're going to be talking about the remaining cards from Circuit Break. Evidently, someone got a box early, and they also got a Circuit Break guidebook. So basically, we're seeing the rest of the cards that are in the set, you know, that we were still waiting on to get revealed. So for this video, I believe there's like 18 different cards we're going to talk about. A lot of them I'm just going to kind of summarize and talk about the more notable ones because, yeah, 18 cards in one video, yeah, that can take up quite a bit of time. And also, too, I'm planning on probably next week or something, having separate videos kind of talking about, you know, specific archetypes that are in this set, like maybe like a Crawler's archetype discussion video, and I was saying that for Metaphys and a few other things too. So let me know if you guys would like to see videos like that in the future too. And yeah, let's go and get started because like I said, we have a ton of cards to talk about. So first off, we have Battle Over the Star Relic, so a brand new Star Relic card. And of course, its effect is banish one face-up monster you control until the end phase, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That opponent's monster loses respective attack and defense equal to the respective original attack and defense of the monster banished to activate this effect. So it's a plain and simple way to just weaken your opponent's monster. I mean, that's kind of, I guess, basically what it's going to do for you. It's a quick play, so that can help you out too. I mean, being able to activate it whenever you want, basically. And yeah, just a way to weaken your opponent's card. I like the artwork too. It looks pretty cool. I'm pretty interested in Star Relics anyway. They look pretty awesome. Afterwards, we have Condenser Deathstalker. This is a new Cyberse monster, so it looks pretty cool. Anyway, it's level 5 light, 2000 attack, and 1000 defense monster. Its effect is you can only use the second effect with this card's name once per turn. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Cyberse monster you control other than this card. That monster gains 800 attack while this monster is face up on the field. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed by a card effect sent to the graveyard, inflict 800 damage to both players. So, yeah, this is just a Cyberse monster that helps power up your other Cyberse, and it does a little bit of effect damage. Not really much else to say. I mean, it's not really a notable card unlike some of the others. I was kind of hoping it'd have more of a swarming effect because a lot of the Cyberse do that. I mean, obviously, being the main characters types of cards, they always swarm the field and help you link summon. This one's just one that can, I guess, you know, just power up your monsters and do some damage. So, not bad, but nothing really else to say about it, unfortunately. And of course, next up we have Premier Burial. This one's kind of interesting because basically it's a new Premature Burial, so they've kind of like redone the card, I guess, in a way. Anyway, it's an equipped spell, and its effect is you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Activate this card by discarding one monster from your hand, then target one monster in your graveyard with an original level lower than the discarded monster. Special summon it. If you do, equip it with this card. The equipped monster's effects are negated. So it's relatively simple. I mean, obviously, it's not as good as Premature Burial. I mean, you knew that was going to happen, and it wouldn't be anything like that. But unfortunately, it's just, in my opinion, not very good at all. Or, I don't think so. I mean, maybe it can help you out with getting, you know, an extra monster in the field. I mean, it's kind of, I guess, closest thing we have now to a Monster Reborn or something like that. It's a revival card, at least. But being where it negates a monster's effect, also having a cost like that, being able to basically discard a monster that has a higher level than the one you're bringing out, yeah, I mean, maybe in some decks it could come in handy for you, but I just don't see it being that useful. I know someone said on Facebook when I posted this card that maybe you could use Dark Worlds with it or something, like Ratha and stuff. Maybe that would work? I don't know. I mean, maybe in certain decks this could be a little bit better, but honestly, it's not really what I feel like people would expect when they hear about a new Premature Burial card. So, unfortunately, just not that great. It might come in handy in some decks, like I said, but really, I don't see it as being too useful. We also have Link Restart. This is a counter trap. When a monster effect or a spell trap card is activated, when inflict damage to you, negate the activation, and if you do, special summon one Link monster from your graveyard. So, it's a revival card for Link monsters. Not bad. I mean, if you're going against something that does burn damage, there you go. I mean, you're getting a free monster out of it, so it's a pretty cool card. I feel like it can come in handy against certain decks, maybe something that does a lot of burn damage. There you go. You have a counter for them that can revive one of your Link monsters. So, it could come in handy against, you know, it'd have to be certain circumstances, you know? We also have Remote Reborn, a normal trap card. Target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's main monster zones that a Link monster you control points to. So basically, it's a card that will make it so you special summon one of your opponent's monsters, and it has to be in one of the zones where your Link monster points to. Kind of interesting, I guess. Maybe if they have a weak monster, that could be something where you could exploit, like if they have a 0-type monster or something, you want to revive it, and then destroy it with one of your Link monsters, or just one of your monsters in general, and just basically like getting a direct attack, you know, if the monster's really strong. I mean, it could be something that could end games like that, but it seems a bit too situational. I mean, you have to have a Link monster, one that points over there too, and your opponent has to have a weaker monster too, so you know, a little too situational, but an interesting idea, I will say. I wonder if we might see something else like that in the future. Also, we have Elemental Gray's Dorato, which is pretty cool. I guess this one is related to the old Ritual monster, where she was like every attribute, I think, or something like that. I don't remember. It's been so long. I think it was, what was she in, like Rise of Destiny, or no, it was actually, I think, Lost Millennium. It's in one of those two. But anyway, this is, I guess, a new version of her. It is a level 9 spellcaster light monster with 0 attack and 0 defense. And its effect is, cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned from your hand by having 6 or more different attributes among monsters, both in graveyards, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card gains 500 attack and defense for each different attribute among monsters in both graveyards. If your opponent would special summon a monster, quick effect, you can banish 3 monsters from your graveyard, negate that special summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. So, yeah, I mean, this is actually pretty interesting. If you actually summon it, of course, by having 6 different attributes among both graveyards, not just yours, both graveyards, then you get an easy special summon, and it'll be like a 3,000 attack monster, I guess, at least. So, not bad. I mean, it's a little bit of a, I guess, gimmicky card in a way. But if you have, I feel like this is going to be one of those cards, too, that I'm going to see in, like, a replay on Yu-Gi-Oh! Personal, where someone's going to somehow summon, like, 3 of these, and just have them, you know, where they're, like, going to be over 4,000 attack and run over their opponent. And being able to negate special summons your opponent does and just destroy them, pretty good. I mean, again, it's a little bit gimmicky, I guess. Like, it's not going to work out, obviously, in a lot of different decks, but it does look like fun. Like I said, I feel like we're definitely going to see some replays where people are going to use this card, like I said, just summon it like it's nothing, lock down their opponent with that special summon effect, and just have some serious attack to it. So that might be pretty interesting to use. I'm kind of looking forward to just testing that card out and seeing what it can do. We also have a new Metaphys card. I think it's like the last one that's been revealed. Metaphys Executor. It is a level 10 light wire monster with a 3,000 attack and 2,500 defense. So, pretty strong monster. And of course, its effects are cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 5 Metaphys cards with different names among the face-up cards on the field or in your graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card on the field cannot be destroyed by and cannot be banished by card effects. And then also, once per turn, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can target one banished Metaphys monster, special summon it, but banish it during the end phase of next turn. So, yeah, I mean, Metaphys actually got a little bit more of a boss monster, I guess, really. I mean, the whole archetype has been interesting to me anyway. I mean, it's one of the reasons, like I said, I want to do, like, a discussion video talking about all of them, because they seem like they're actually pretty good. I mean, we've only had a few of them so far in TCG, and then finally in this set, we're getting, like, a ton of them. And I guess this is really their boss monster, being able to be special summoned by banishing Metaphys cards, and then also you can bring back your Metaphys monster, special summon them, but then they go away again. But you could use them possibly for a Link summon, or Xyz summon, or something like that, too, even if you want them on your side of the field. And I guess since they still have their effects and everything, yeah, you can still gain the effects from that Metaphys monster, and you get one with high attack. That could actually do some damage. I mean, it's a card that could possibly help do a ton of damage to your opponent, possibly even OTKing. Again, I feel like this is one of those cards I'm going to see someone swarm the field with or something somehow, with some kind of combo with Metaphys. But it looks like a pretty good addition to them. From what I know of them so far, I still need to test them out to get a better understanding of them, especially before I make a video about them. But it seems like a pretty good card for them, so that's another one I'm looking forward to. And then next up, we have a brand new bamboo sword, and that is Burning Bamboo Sword. So this is actually pretty interesting. If you haven't heard about these cards before, be sure to look them up, the different bamboo sword cards, because they already are a good draw engine and everything. They've had some, you know, a lot of different good bamboo swords that you can use. And this card is actually pretty interesting to go along with them. It's a continuous spell, and its effect is if you activate a bamboo sword card while this is face up in your spell or trap card zone, you can skip your opponent's next main phase 1. Yeah, you heard me right. You can actually just skip your opponent's next main phase 1. So basically make it so they can't summon or really do anything, and that can be pretty devastating in a lot of different decks out there, especially the kind of decks that would use a card like this. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a troll card to go up against, and it's a pretty good addition to the rest of them, too. Like I said, the other bamboo swords can help you draw cards and everything. I mean, some people would even use them with the old, like, Exodia builds, where you're just able to draw the piece of Exodia in one turn, basically. And having a new card for them is actually kind of surprising, and a pretty good card for them, too. So, skipping that main phase 1 will definitely do some damage. And then, of course, the next card we're going to be talking about is Rival Arrival. So, yeah, try saying that 5 times fast. Anyway, it is a quick play spell, and its effect is you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. During the battle phase, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one monster. So, basically, being able to normal summon during the battle phase. So, relatively simple on that. It could actually help you out in a lot of circumstances, being able to possibly do some extra damage to your opponent, maybe get past a certain monster they have or something, but just gaining an extra normal summon. Pretty simple, and I can see it actually working out in a few different decks, so not bad. I like the artwork too. So it's like, what is that, Alchemic Magician, I think, in there, and I think it's one of the trick stars, like, in the background. Can't really tell, the pictures are so small on that, but pretty interesting. Now here's the card I'm probably most sad about out of all the new cards that have been revealed. It is Ojama Duo. So yes, new Ojama support. That looks awesome. Of course it goes with Trio. Now we have Duo with red and blue in this artwork. Anyway, it is a normal trap card, and of course its effects are special summon 2 Ojama tokens, Beast type Light, level 2, attack 0, defense 1000 to your opponent's field in defense position. They cannot be attributed for a tribute summon, and each time one is destroyed, the controller takes 300 damage. During either player's turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 2 Ojama monsters with different names from your deck. So basically, like I said, this is like a new card for Ojama Trio, being able to lock down your opponent, and also too, with link summoning and everything, yeah, Ojamas are actually going to be really good. That's what's funny. If you actually summon, you know, of course, Ojama King, Ojama Knight, you can pretty much just lock down your opponent with both of those, and then with this in Trio, there you go again, you're locking down your opponent, and also not only that, it actually has a way to special summon 2 Ojama monsters with different names from your deck. Like, it actually is direct support for them too. I was thinking at first, well, it's just another Trio, you know, it'll be useful, but, you know, not much else to say. But actually being direct support for them too, being able to special summon them, that's actually really good. So I'm hoping this means more Ojama support in the future, because red and blue are actually kind of pricey, and they're really good cards too. I mean, last time we got Ojama support, it was definitely something to help them out. So I'm hoping that maybe we're going to see something else. I still think they need a Link monster, maybe even like an Xyz or a Synchro even. I don't know. I would love to see more cards from them. I feel like more than likely they will get like a Link monster, but I'm really hoping that's going to be the case, because Ojama's one of my favorite archetypes, and it's just... I'm just so happy to see something new for them, honestly, too. So I'm hoping that this is just the start of that. Alright, next up we have Medic Musker. I guess is how you say that? I'm not really sure. It's like muscler or something. I don't know. It could be the translation. Anyway, it is a level 4 water warrior monster with 2,200 attack and 100 defense. Its effect is whenever this card would inflict battle damage to a player, that player gains the amount of life points instead. So it's able to, I guess, give people life points. That could come in handy, I guess, in certain decks out there, but I just like this card anyway because he, you know, it's like all buff and everything with like a giant shot, and he's like a nurse, so I just think it looks hilarious, and kind of interesting card. That could work out in a few different combos. Interesting. That's another one I can't wait to see what people are going to use that card as. It's not really too notable, but it seems pretty interesting too. Afterwards, we have Altar of the Mind's Eye. It is a new field spell card, and its effect is any battle damage either player takes becomes 1,000. So, there you go. I mean, if you're just taking 1,000 damage, that could actually protect you in case it was a lot more damage. So, an interesting card. Another one, I want to see more about it. I want to see what people are going to use with this field spell, just because it's actually pretty interesting. And then afterwards, we actually have a new Nimble card. We've had some of them in the past. This one is Nimble Beaver. It is a level 2 water beast monster, 400 attack, 200 defense, and its effect is when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 3 or lower Nimble monster from your deck or graveyard. So, just a way to bring out more Nimble monsters. Like I said, we have so many different ones. We have Hamster and all those different Nimble monsters come out before. So it's kind of cool to see something new for that archetype. I guess it's pretty much an archetype, right? But yeah, just seeing something new for them is pretty interesting. Another way to swarm the field and go for a Link summon, basically. I mean, that's what they're kind of hinting at, right? And then what we have, like a couple of crawler monsters really that have been revealed next. Like I said, I would like, or I guess after Reactant, it's not really a crawler even though it's an insect monster. He looks like one though. But we'll probably talk about all those together in one video, but I'm going to kind of skim through some of these anyway. Like I said, Reactant's the next one, so it is a level 3 Earth insect monster with a flip effect. I've never seen too many flip effect monsters. Anyway, 1,500 attack, 1,000 defense. Its effects are, you can only use each effect among the first and the second effects with this card's name once per turn. The flip effect is each player takes 1,000 damage. Then the second effect is if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect sent to the graveyard, your opponent takes 1,000 damage. So it's just a burn damage card. Plain and simple, really, too. He does look like a crawler monster, I'm just saying. Because right afterwards, we do go on to our crawler monsters, which are a brand new insect archetype. And the next one we have is a crawler Ranfer? I hope I'm close enough. Anyway, it is a level 2 Earth insect monster. This one also has a flip effect. 1,100 attack and 900 defense. Anyway, its effects are you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. The flip effect is you can target up to 2 crawler monsters in your graveyard, add them to your hand. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field by opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 crawler monsters with different names, except crawler Renvir from your deck in face-down defense position. So, it's a way to recycle your crawler monsters and bring more of them to your side of the field. pretty good. I mean, it's insect archetype. They usually swarm the field and everything. With Link summoning everything too that's coming out, yeah, it makes sense for the archetype, and it's pretty good support for them too. I mean, like I said, recycle and being able to bring out more of them, can't go wrong with that. We also have Crawler Jalal. I think that's correct too. Hopefully I'm close enough on these names. You guys can see them for yourself, obviously. Anyway, it is a level 2 Earth insect, of course, flip effect, 700 attack and 1,500 defense. Anyway, you can only activate each of this card's name's effects once per turn. The flip effect is you can special summon one Crawler monster from your hand or graveyard in face-up attack position or face-down defense position, except for Crawler Jalal. And then, obviously, the second effect is if this face-up card and its owner's control leaves the field by opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 Crawler monsters with different names, except for himself from your deck in face-down defense position. So, again, you have it where basically you can special summon Crawler monsters on both effects. So, swarm the field, more Crawlers. We also have this one, which is Whirlwind Machine Stryborg. I don't know, he kind of looks like he should be a Speedroid or something like that. That's what he reminds me of. Anyway, he is a level 5 wind machine monster, 2,200 attack and 2,200 defense. And of course, its effects are the monster attributed for this tribute summon of this face-up card is returned to the hand instead of being sent to the graveyard. Once per turn, you can discard one card, return all cards in the same column as this card that your opponent controls to the hand. So again, we're talking about columns, right? I mean, that's just something we're seeing with Link summoning. So yeah, you're just able to get the monster you use this tribute for it and everything back to your hand. And yeah, you have a discarding effect too, where you're able to just get rid of everything in the same column. It's kind of gimmicky, the whole column thing lately. I feel like in the future it might make more sense because we do know we're going to have to pay attention to that a lot more when Link summoning is out. And you do actually want to place your cards, you know, not just keep it random, you do want to be strategic with that. So a card like this could come in handy in the future, just being because, again, it's another one of those cards that deals with columns. But other than that, it just seems kind of interesting. Maybe in the future it'll be more useful, but being able to send all the cards in the same column back to your opponent's hands, that does sound pretty good in a lot of circumstances. But yeah, I just don't really see it being used that much either. Maybe that will change in the future with more of these column cards. And then the last one we have is Dark Angel. So yes, the final card. Man, there's a lot to talk about in this video. Anyway, it is a level 5 Dark Fairy monster, 0 attack, 0 defense. Its effects are when an attack is declared by targeting a fairy monster you control, you contribute that monster, send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one face-up monster you control, switch the attack target to that target. Also, it gains attack equal to the original attack of the attributed monster until the end of this turn. So yeah, basically this is just a new fairy support card, really. I mean, there's not a ton to say about it, because basically what it does is that you get rid of it, you also attribute one of your fairy type monsters, and then you're basically powering up one of your other monsters and making so your opponent has to attack it. So it could be something that could win a duel for you, I guess, because it's kind of like that Clued Honest sort of idea. Not, of course, not close to the same, but kind of the same idea where you're able to instantly power up one of your monsters, and your opponent could, then have a weaker monster all of a sudden going against it, and you could wipe them out. So I could see it maybe coming in handy in a few different decks, but again, it's kind of one of those cards like, I feel like it's sort of notable, but I don't really know if it's really going to be used by anyone. But yeah, what do you guys think about all these cards we talked about today? Do you like them? Do you not like some of them? Let me know in the comments which ones you're most excited about. For me, like I said, it has to be that new Ojama support. Ojama Duo, like seriously, that's awesome. I'm glad to see something new for them, and I hope we're going to see more Ojamas. Like I said, bring us a Link monster, and I'd take an Xyz and even a Synchro somehow, but we'll also need a tuner monster, I guess, too. But I can't wait for that card, and I'm looking forward to actually building Ojamas again. I think I might do that with Link summoning. Then, of course, Burning Bamboo Sword. I feel like that's another one that's really notable. Same with the Metaphys Executor. And then also, of course, we have our new Premature Burial. Again, I feel like that card should have been better, but it also really doesn't surprise me either. It doesn't need to be like the original one, right? So yeah, just tell me what you guys think about all these cards. Like I said, a ton of them to talk about, and I plan to have some more discussion videos kind of going more in depth with all these different archetypes that have been revealed. I plan to do that with Spirit Warriors and everything too. So hope you guys are looking forward to that kind of content. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that like button. It helps out a ton. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Openings, discussions, reviews, all kinds of different stuff, because we talk about all the latest news for Yu-Gi-Oh! And do openings and everything too. And you guys know we'll have a Battle of Legends box opening tomorrow. And I'm also even going to have kind of a quick opening of Battles of Legend today too. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.